We know the way to San Jose, heart of the Silicon Valley and home to the San Jose State Spartans, and anticipation has been high all week for this one. Today, we're set for a clash between these two rivals from the Mountain West. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the New Mexico Lobos, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the San Jose State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Lobos will put total leather to crank us up. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the San Jose State Spartans offense is on the field for the first time today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
Let's go!
To the air, it's Coleman. Pressure coming. And the defense, got him at the 27.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Fires one high and deep. And he made the grab with enough for the first down, but not enough room on the sidelines to stay in bounds. It's 4th down. And the Spartans line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So the New Mexico Lobos offense has the ball for the first time. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up.
Turning it on! And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
That's the one danger defensively when you want to play zone coverage, because you leave a lot of windows and pockets out on the field. And if the offense and quarterback find one, they could hurt you. And you saw it right there on the crossing.
He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. And the Lobos can really attack on this 2nd and short. On the ground, it's McKinney. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Lobos come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Dyer. Got it in the middle, it's Blair. At the 20, he's got space. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And the Lobos will hustle to the line. Quickly complete. Touchdown, New Mexico! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Number 7.
Defense has got to do a better job of corralling this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get Hats to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
And the PAT makes it 7-0.
New Mexico.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
35. Set to kickoff.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The corners are walked up tight. Gets it out fast. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Finds his man. It's Cox. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wide receiver going in motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Coleman. Under fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got a man. It's Smith. Still running at the 40. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9. The Spartans are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played 1 quarter. That's the end of the period, and New Mexico has the lead. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Bringing the heat. He's going to run it. How about that job to get down in the nick of time to avoid the big hit? They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Mississippi State is in serious trouble right now. I'm not sure some folks won't be asking for a refund on their NIL investment. A putrid performance in Starkville. They're trailing by 18 to Alabama. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quick handoff. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Quickly to the tight end. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. The Lobos will have it 1st and 10.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Second down coming up.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The offense changing the play. Back to throw. It's Dyer. Finds his target down the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. And the Lobos can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gets the back moving. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They march 79 yards on the drive, and the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. He'll bring it out. It's Carrillo. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores.
There he goes. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And the Spartans in the hurry up.
First down for the offense.
Back to pass, it's Coleman. Right on the money. At the 45 on his way. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Gives it to the back on the draw. Oh, spins away. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football, great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And it's caught! Touchdown, Spartans!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
14, San Jose State, 10.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Brings it down on the right side. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. To the air, it's Dyer. He'll pull it down and run. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
To the air on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in San Jose than you have? A captivating game so far. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at CEFQ Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Spartans will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Oh, and it hits the left upright. No good. So a dynamite play there. 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. Rushes on him. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. That's caught. It's Smith.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Run in the red zone, it's McKinney. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Off the play fake. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, New Mexico! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. Mississippi State is down, but not out of it. Not with those cowbells ringing inside Davis-Wade Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by 11 to Alabama. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got his man. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Spartans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Here's the pressure. That's reeled in. It's Smith. He goes out of bounds across the 15 at the 16. That's a solid pickup on that one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Makes the catch. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The defense was ready for that sneak attempt. They sealed up every crevice, nowhere to go.
And you know it's a predictable situation. You know it's short yardage. They want to run the quarterback sneak. Got to get penetration, and linebackers, boy, they got to jump over the pile, go meet him in the backfield. Nice job by the D.
Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Using his legs, it's McKinney. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Here's the thing, I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given...
Breaks into the open. The 30, running inside the 20. Touchdown, Lobos! And the punishment has been extended.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. A linebacker comes right up the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
And the Spartans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Coleman. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
Set to kick this one away.
Oh, better look out! Shoots his way for more.
The return is brought down at the 36. And the New Mexico offense will take over.
Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Nice move to pick up yardage. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Working the middle. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and New Mexico has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Dyer. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Right down the middle. And a big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
The San Jose State offense is back on the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency here.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. He's open on the right. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Spartans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Buying some time. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down. And the Spartans are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
The Spartans line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
I think this offense ran the football knowing it's in 4th down territory. It's 4th and short. It's go time, almost near midfield. To me, this is green light. I got to stay aggressive. I'm losing, but the situation favors me in 4th and short.
He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And that ball is hauled into the end zone, but he is just out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Makes the grab, it's Blair. And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. The Lobos are facing 3rd and inches. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Makes the catch. It's Mooney. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.